Hi everyone, this is Dave and welcome to what's on my iPhone for mid-2019. It's certainly been a very long time since I've done one of these videos, and you always seem to like to have a little bit of an insight into what I use my iPhone for. This happens to be an iPhone XS Max. Let's dive in and have a look at the apps. So this is my main home screen. Obviously I've got the standard stock apps on here on the top level: camera, photos, messages and weather. And then we've got the calendar, of course, and then a little drawer here with the likes of Google Photos, Amazon Photos, PS Express, Photoshop Fix, Flickr, which, come to think of it, I never ever use Flickr. I probably need to delete that. We've also got various camera control apps and some more editing apps on the second page. Snapseed is probably one of my favourite apps for editing photos. In social media, we've got the likes of Google Allo and Duo, which again, I don't use very often, but I tried to get used to using those for when I spent quite a while using an Android smartphone before coming back to the iPhone. Moving on, we've got the likes of Skype, Google+, which is no more. Another app I need to delete. Also Facebook, FaceTime, Facebook Pages, Find Friends, Twitter, Messenger, Snapchat, Buffer and Vero, which is an alternative sort of social networking platform. It's very interesting. I think you should take a look. Now in the business folder, we've got the likes of PayPal, 1Password, which I can highly recommend. This remembers all of your passwords on your desktop and also on your smartphone. It also allows you to generate really strong passwords, and then they synchronize across devices so you can log in quite easily. Then we've got some banking apps and also some online storage from Dropbox and Box. eBay, LinkedIn, Squarespace and Amazon Seller come up next. And then we've got some more pages of general business apps and organisational apps I use on a daily or weekly basis. Back out to the home screen, we've got a utilities folder. Some of these are stock apps. I do find myself using the speed test app quite frequently to test various pieces of equipment that I'm reviewing at the time. Back out to the home screen, we've got Bitly Authenticator, which is a really good sort of second level of authentication to protect certain websites you're using. We've got Geekbench, the 3 app, because I am on the 3 network, Google Keep. Again, Google Keep is an application. I don't use that frequently. I tend to use the Apple Notes application, but I did transition across to Google Keep when I was using an Android smartphone, so it's a very useful app to me. We've also got a few little accessories on the end of the utilities folder here that I don't really use that often. In the entertainment app, of course, we've got the Geekanoids app. Yes, Geekanoids does have an app. It pulls in various information from my feeds, including the likes of YouTube and Twitter. We've also got in here the ITV Hub, All 4, BBC iPlayer for online entertainment, and Twitch, My5, Vimeo, My Sky and Sky Q. You get to see some of my viewing habits here as well. Then we've got a few games. I don't really play that many games, but when I do, it's just very casually and just for probably a couple of minutes at a time. So we've got Tom Gold Run, Fall Down 2, Dots, Paper Toss and Blitz. In navigation, some of these are apps I've reviewed previously. So TomTom and Copilot, both apps I reviewed, they work extremely well. I tend to use Google Maps out of all these the most frequently. We've also got some lifestyle apps here. The one I use most frequently here is the Fitbit app. Then we've got Apple Health, HealthMate, which I use with my smart scales. And the other 3 apps I don't really use in that folder. I really need to clear out my iPhone. I've got a lot of unused or used space that I don't really need to be taking up. We've got some Instagram utilities here in this folder. Then we've got all of the Apple sort of stock apps just in a folder here. Again, I don't really use a lot of these. Really, the Apple Store app is the main one I use there when new Apple kit comes out. We've got settings, WhatsApp, the podcast app. This gives you a look at some of the podcasts that I actually listen to. And I do listen to podcasts very frequently. My favourite are from the Twit network. So I do listen to the Tech Guy a lot, and pretty much all of their shows. If we go into episodes, you can see some of the things I've been listening to quite recently, including the This Week in Computer Hardware. Very into listening to that. Windows Weekly as well, even though I'm not primarily a Windows user, and also of course MacBreak Weekly. We've got Instagram. I'm going to show you a quick look at my Instagram feed, even though it won't update at the moment because I've got Wi-Fi turned off. These are some of the people that I follow. You can see here, I just love Instagram. Very visually pleasing, as you know. And then we've got Tweetbot, which is my Twitter app of choice. Again, I stay up to date on Twitter with a lot of people and a lot of news, and I really do enjoy using it. Let's go back to the home screen. We've got YouTube, YouTube Studio, Amazon, and also some home security apps. This second page, I don't really use the apps here very frequently. I've got my BMW Connected app, also Google Assistant, and also some KEF control apps for my KEF speakers. I've also got a really useful Dyson Link app, which I use with my Dyson Hot and Cool fan. You'll have seen a video on that on the channel probably about 2 months ago. Very good fan, very cool indeed. And then the last page are just some apps I've installed fairly recently. These were just apps I was looking to review and also work with the brands that actually made these apps. And that's pretty much it. That's what's on my iPhone for mid-2019. It's giving you an insight into the apps that I use. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do hit that like button. Let me know in the comment section below what your most frequently used app is. I'll see you in another video very soon.